Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm at Rock and Air. The kids are actually playing inside. So I'm sitting in the car and I figured I might as well just make a quick video on setting up Ollama and then using Ollama to be able to serve up a local LLM. So what we will also do today is we're going to write a little bit of JavaScript code and then connect to the LLM and then interact with the LLM. So let's just get started on this one. So before we dive into the details, I just want to quickly give you a walkthrough of how the setup would look like, right? If you have not set up Ollama yet, I definitely recommend that you go and then download Ollama and then set it up. The developers are actually other developers are actually like uploading the LLMs to Ollama, and let's say if this is your machine and this is you. You would be downloading the LLMs using pull model command, and then what Ollama server does is it actually downloads the model and then stores the LLM locally. Then what you can do is you can write your apps which can connect to the Ollama server via HTTP requests, and then the server can then offer the local LLMs up for the app, and then the app can interact with these local LLMs. So we're going to write some code to be able to test this specific flow. So I already have some LLMs that are being served up locally. So before we jump into the details, let me just start up Ollama. You can also start Ollama as a part of your background process, at your machine bootstrap. I'm not doing that. I want to be in a better control. So I am actually just running it from my CLI here. So let's just look at what models do I have. I have three specific models: CodeLlama, Lava, and Mistral. Mistral is a very good model for chatting with it. I really like it, and we're going to connect to Mistral today as a part of our demo. So if you want to just run Mistral, you can run this command called Ollama run Mistral, and what it does is it actually loads up that for you here in the terminal, and then now you can actually talk to it. So tell me a joke. There you go. It's actually telling me a joke. What we will do is we will actually ask the same prompt using JavaScript. So I'm going to close this, and we're going to go back here. By the way, real quick, when we made that prompt request, what you see here is it is actually making a post call to the Ollama, which is server which is running locally from local, and then it's making a call to this specific endpoint. So Ollama serves up a number of endpoints from a path standpoint. So we're going to use a different one for our example. So let's just go on and do some coding here. So let me just clear this one. So I'm going to do touch AI test.js, and I'm going to open this up in VS Code. So let's just give it a second. Okay, so there you go. So VS Code has loaded up. Okay, so that's a good font size for you. So what is the first thing that we want to use? So we want to configure the URL. So the URL is pretty straightforward, 11434, and then the path config is going to be APA/generate. So that's the endpoint that we will be using to interact with the model. So then what we want to do is we want to be able to send a request to the model. So let's actually create a body of the request. So I'm going to configure this one. So the model is going to be Mistral, as we just saw, Mistral. And then what is the prompt? The prompt is going to be tell me a joke. And there is this capability called streaming. I'm going to turn it to false, but you can turn it to true, and then you can see it for yourself as to what the response format would look like. But I'm going to turn it to false so that we get the full response in one shot, and we're able to print it out here. So now that we set up our URL and then the body that we are sending it to the LLMs, let's actually go and then do a fetch. So I'm going to do fetch from this particular URL, and then the method is going to be post, and then I would say headers are going to be, see, let me, content type, because we are sending this in the JSON format, it's going to be application/JSON. And then we're going to have the body. For the body, we're going to do json.stringify, and then we're going to pass the body object. So we set up our fetch function here. So now we're going to get the response back. So I'm going to take response, and then I'm going to do response dot sorry, not JSON, but not body but JSON, because it's going to come back in a JSON format, and then I'm going to print it out. So let's just, if I can type it up, console.log data. So now let's just run this one. I'm going to do a test.js. So let's see what happens. Okay, there you go. So it actually went and made a call. So I'll just make this slightly bigger here. So when we ran that one, it's so the model that we asked is Mr. Latest. It happened at a specific time, and then this is a response, right, for our prompt. So it's basically saying, here's a classic one for you. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. Okay, so that's interesting. And then besides that, it actually gave additional details like done, context, total duration, load time, and a bunch of other details. So I mean, again, it depends on whether you want to use that data or not. But for in this happy path scenario, really what we want is we want to just look at the response here. So let me just go and then modify the code. So I will just reduce the size of this one a little bit, and then I will say data dot response. So I'm just going to clear this one, run this again, and then let's just see. Okay, boom. So this is a lot more clear for us, right? So we're able to expand the response from the data, and then we're able to print it out right there. Let's look at our server actually. Okay, so that's cool. So you can see on the server as well, a couple of calls made, one call per request that we have sent to it. So the server then used the Mistral LLM to be able to generate the response and then send the response back to us. Okay, so hopefully you see that this is how straightforward this thing is. I really recommend you to give this a try, so that you can start playing with your LLMs and then get a hang of them. So with that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.